Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Gonna let this go for another 15, 20 seconds here and then dive right in as well, those of you near us, begin your day or midday or ending your day. We got people all over that watch this thing here. So we'll give another 10 seconds. Then we will jump right in. Hope everyone is doing well and you are excited for your day. This comes by way of recommendation today. So do me a favor if you just jumped on, hit the like button, throw a heart or something out there so everybody else can see this. This will get pushed out to everyone. Appreciate you joining me this morning, or joining all of us this morning. Jump into the chat as well. Say hello. Say good morning. Say what's going on. Say how you're feeling today. I'm going to put in there, how are you doing? Boom. Jump in there. Jump in the chat. Say hello. Say hi. Put a wave in there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Put that in there. Put how you're feeling today. Feeling great? Feeling not so great? Feeling all right? Don't quite know yet. Today's just getting started. Put that in there and let's dive into it. Okay, so by way of recommendation from Melissa, we want to talk about recognizing an unhealthy situation. So it was just left at that. So we can throw this down into a couple different ways, whether it is in a relationship, and this could be boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, dating relationship, or a work relationship, or a friend relationship. Different situations there, right? So we all have some type of relationship, right? And the key thing that we want to recognize is that we don't want to be in a job or in a relationship that is making us unhealthy. And just so you guys know, I'm diving down because I wrote some notes out earlier this morning. So I'm going to be looking down, trying to keep my eye contact with you, looking down here. We don't want to be where we are unhealthy, where we are not feeling our best, and when the situation that all you can think about is leaving, right? There's nothing worse than having a job that you have to think about the night before and feeling like you don't want to get to bed, or you don't want the next day to start because you don't want to get up and get ready for this job that you don't want to be in. Then you got to drive over to this job that you don't want to be in, arrive at this job and be there for 8 hours when you don't want to be in that job. So that's the type of relationship there, right? It's the same as having a spouse or significant other, or whatever the case may be, where they're not treating you right. So you got to recognize when you're not being treated right emotionally, mentally, and physically, right? So if you're being abused in any of those areas, those are signs that you need to just go ahead and move along. Go ahead and exit that situation, right? So oftentimes we don't want to admit this to ourselves because we've invested so much time in it, and we don't want to just leave it alone and just let it go. It's okay to do that, and it's okay to feel that way, and that happens to us quite often. And this might not be the last time that it does happen for you, but you have to be able to recognize it and see it for what it is, and know that your health is going to be significantly better because you chose to take care of yourself in that situation. If that makes sense there, let me get a yes, thumbs up, something in the chat so I know you there. Keep saying hello. We appreciate it. And if you've just tuned in again, hit that thumbs up, share with some friends, some family, someone you would like to hear this so that they're involved in it. So I'll put those 3 points. So it's recognizing the emotional, mental, and physical state of that current relationship. If the other person has unpredicted mood swings constantly, and then finishing up with listen to your intuition, which we touched on 2 weeks ago. So listen to that intuition when it's telling you that it's time. So let me go back to emotional, mental, and physical. So emotional, if somebody's not capable of relating to you, um, and how you're feeling and what it is that you're going through, and they're not capable of allowing you to express yourself. And when you're expressing yourself, you're allowing yourself to relieve all that stress and pressure, and they're hearing you and filling you out. That's a situation that you got to be able to go and go your separate ways as well. There's no point in, if you're feeling sad and the person is not being able to reciprocate that information, and they're just laughing or get angry because you're telling them that you are sad. They have to be able to recognize that we all have days that go like this. We all have days that are up and down. It's a roller coaster day. So it is what it is, and not everybody is mature enough to handle that, or mature enough to hear or receive that information, because maybe they think that that is just a negative knock on them and how they are in that situation. Does that make sense there? Okay. And then mentally is, they could be saying certain things to you that are damaging to you, that are not uplifting, that are not inspiring, that are not things that would allow you to be your best self. So if somebody is verbally degrading you, verbally putting you down, verbally abusing you, that's another situation where you have to be able to see it for what it is and go. Don't take it as, oh, they're just joking with me. If I say something to you every day that you're terrible, you're horrible, you're not good at this, you're never going to be good at this, that's something that you don't want to be around. You want people in your corner that are going to be inspiring, people in your corner that are going to boost your confidence, people in your corner that are going to be uplifting. That those are things that we need. Now, at the same time, that doesn't mean if somebody is being honest with you and telling you the truth, as far as, oh, you didn't do so well in this area, and then they give you some guidance as far as some positive critiques that where you can be better. Obviously, that's different, and that's something that we have to be able to recognize as well. So recognize the difference between somebody verbally abusing you and somebody giving you positive criticism and feedback that you may not want to hear. And hopefully you guys understand the difference there. And if not, that's something, let me know in the chat and we can break that down a little bit more. And then physically, this is a crucial one here. Working with thousands of kids when the schools were in session and whatnot, I've seen my fair share of physical abuse, and we have to be able to speak up against it, and we have to be able to make sure we're putting ourselves in a safe situation. And if you're younger, I do recognize that this could be something that is a little more difficult when you're having to speak out against an adult, but there are people that will take care of you. So you make sure that you reach out to those adults that you can trust, those adults that you know are going to have your back, those adults that are not just going to receive your information and then leave you out high and dry. Okay, there are people that will take care of you. As for the adults out there, if you're vested in a relationship and it is physical, you got to get out. You got to be able to see that and just let it go and move on. Okay, it is not your fault if somebody is ever putting their hands on you. No one should be able to put their hands on you or should be putting their hands on you in a way that degrades you or makes you less than. Okay, so recognize that, see that, and get out of that relationship there. So we'll move on to point number 2, which was if that other person has those unpredicted mood swings or constantly has those mood swings, you know they're coming, and it could be something that has happened at work or something that has happened at the gym or something that has happened somewhere else, but they take that out on you. That is not right of them to do. And again, there's always two sides. So I'll go back and say, is it a situation where something has happened, but they come home, or you see them out, or you guys go out for a meetup at the club or at dinner, whatever the case may be? Is it a situation where they're just venting their frustration and then wanting you to kind of be there for them? Or are they taking that and then aiming that anger and all of that vulnerability at you? Are they aiming it at you? You have to be able to see the difference. Now, if it's being aimed at you and they're taking all of that anger and just throwing it your way, and your night is miserable night after night that you guys meet up, or every other time that you guys meet up, that's a situation where that's not a true friend there, and you have to be able to see that and recognize that. It's the same with, you guys might have a situation, you two over here, but then Rebecca or John goes over to the other group and then they discuss what it is that you talked about, and now they're talking behind your back. You don't want a friend that's constantly talking behind your back and not treating you right. You want somebody that's going to be the same person in your face that they are when they are not with you. That is a friend, and those are relationships that you want, and those are relationships that you want to seek. So you got to make sure that you see that. And again, if that is the case, you can go ahead and clean your hands of that situation, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be cordial when you see that person. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be respectful when you see that person. That doesn't mean that you should treat that person wrong when you do see them. You can still be cordial. You can still be inviting. You can still be a good person, and which you should be. You should be the bigger person. You should still say hello. How are you? How have things been? What have you been up to? Constantly check in on them and make sure that things are right with them, because maybe they still need to work on them. And 6, 12, 18 months from now, they are a better person, and you guys can still be friends without making it awkward or things being weird in between you when you run into each other, okay? Because we're always running into each other. The world is big, but it's still a very small place. So you're always going to come back across that person. So make sure that you're treating them right. You're still being a bigger person. You're still being a person of good values, and things will work out. They always work out in the end there, okay? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat over here. What we got? We got Melissa said, sorry, I'm trying to be able to see where I can see this the best. Always feel better when I get my morning motivation. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Melissa. I'm always just trying to be here for everyone and keep things rocking and rolling, keep you feeling good. And then, let's see here. And that goes for, what did I say? And that goes for coworkers and friends too. Keep the negativity away. Yes, we want to keep the negativity away. And then again, at the same time, we know that it's going to happen. We're humans. It's life. Everything doesn't work out perfectly. Everything doesn't go according to plan. Everything doesn't just flow exactly the way we want it to. We all have those days, but I like to call them moments. See the moment, recognize the moment, and how can you correct course the moment? Okay, so things might not be going your way. You can make a quick fix. Maybe say something, maybe something that you do to allow yourself to have a better moment at the time. And it's gonna happen, okay? Know that, recognize that, and things will work out better for all of us in the end, okay? All right, and our final tip is listen to that intuition telling us that it is time. We all get that gut feeling that says, hey, this is not the situation for us. This is not the time for us. This is not working out. We all get it. And a lot of times we all ignore it, but we need to be able to see it, hear it, feel it, and then make a plan of attack to deal with it and allow that intuition to get stronger so that we can have quicker decisions being made when we have that inside of us. Okay, we all have that tool inside of us that we should be able to use and be able to make our situations better, make our life better, and make those around us and our corners better. Okay, so today was about recognizing an unhealthy situation, which we all come across, which we all have, despite how we may be perceived through our social media platforms when we're only putting out the best side of us. And that's why with this podcast, we wanted to be able to talk about different things, not just all gushy good feelings, but let's talk about